Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you had a great trading day yesterday, and welcome to pre-market update. You can see S&P 500 right now coming very close to neutral line, just ping-ponging between green line and red line. This is buy zone, this is sell zone, just right now in the middle. Same thing with Nasdaq, which is right now in the middle, which is no trade zone. Yesterday it shot from sell zone, perfectly came to the buy zone, and then now it's hanging in the middle here. All right, you can see all the major indices mostly. And this one is Dow Jones. Pre-market, some news, maybe some earnings, and Russell also you can see very close to sell zone. So this is the area you would like to short or take profits out. Wait for it to go back down. Bitcoin is again going to the neutral zone. Was in the sell zone for a while. Now coming back to consolidation. Did not touch 100K. Came to like 99,500. And let's see, is this it? Are we ready for a cool down or not? We'll review. And we'll review all the other commodities as well, guys. Please hit the like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that, and share this channel with friends and family. All right, so let's start with maybe Bitcoin today, and let's do like a couple of charts and see where we are. And we'll start with regression chart. Here you go. And if you look at Bitcoin, where we are right now, since we got out of this breakout, very overbought. Nice area to kind of take profits. So this is the area you're looking at. This is the area you'll want to take profits. You want to buy below white line right now. It's a perfect area to take profits in the sell zone. If I look at daily chart of Bitcoin, here you go. You can see good light green background for so many days. Light green background since 7th of November. Just keep going. You can see last time we had this nice background this time here in March, and then we had a multi-month consolidation, and here we had light green background and then it went higher. Okay, so something to keep in mind. Here we had light green background and went lower. So let's see how we end up this rally right now. Still divergences. Green line is above red line. If you're a bull, that's a good news. But RSI is making lower high. If I go to something like a 4 hours chart, you can see big divergence. Okay, our price is going higher, RSI is going lower, PPO is going lower. 1 hour chart, same thing here. You can see RSI is making lower high, PPO is making lower high, so it's diverging. Okay, now if it has to cool down a bit, I think somewhere around 90K at minimum. Let's go to daily chart to analyze it better. So you can see this consolidation. At minimum, it could come back down and rest here around 88, 89K. But if you look at Bitcoin's gap chart, okay, this is the gap chart. 90% of these gaps should be filled. There's a major gap here around this election gap around 77K. So that would be about, if it has to drop from where it is right now to that, is about 21% drop. Okay, so keep that in mind. Be very careful in crypto. If you're in profit, this is you must be in profit. It's at all-time high. Do not buy here. Okay, if you're watching this video, this is not the time to buy. You gotta let it come down, let it cool down, and rest on some of these gaps. That's the time you want to buy. All right, that's my personal opinion. Ethereum again looks like a double top, um, and on Ethereum chart, there's a gap all the way down to 2960, so it could come all the way down here to fill this gap before it goes higher. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, that's it for crypto. Let's move to traditional market SPX cycle chart. So working out perfectly, going higher. Actually, today's the day it should like cool down a bit or mark the end of this pump. And you can see my arrow here. I was expecting a rally. We got that rally, but now it's a very critical time. Still in front of this green line, not able to close above that. So let's see if we're going to get a rejection here and into 10th of December, 2 weeks from in December. That's not going to be good. So you can see a MES live chart, not able to close above green line. So let's say today is a very critical day. If it can break out above here, then it's going to new high. If it not, then it's going lower. And if I do other charts, you can see regression analysis of S&P 500. This is the chart, and we are above white line, which is good news, but nothing can stop us to go below. Okay, so let's see. It could go, it could go pump to 6100, and that's the area to sell. If I go to 4 hours chart, RSI is can still go higher. The better short is in this green line, sorry, red line. It could pump higher. That will be a good short. Inversely, if it comes lower to green zone, that's going to be a good buy. Nasdaq, same thing here. In the middle, RSI, if it comes to green line, buy, red line short, and regression chart of 4 hours is in the middle, but let's look at 2 hours. 2 hours is also very close to buy zone. If it comes back down below 20,610, that's an area to buy. All right. And if I go back to the daily chart on Nasdaq, you can see Nasdaq is this is S&P 500. Nasdaq is also above this white line. The only thing which is bothering me, okay, there are two gaps here. Okay, so it's very close to filling this top gap. That's a no-brainer. It could pump fill this gap very fine. But there's a bigger gap, election gap here that will be filled in my opinion. So just keep that in mind. Look to take profits. This is going towards all-time highs and leaving some major gaps. Even Nasdaq and S&P 500 both are leaving major gaps to the downside. So keep that in mind. They could drop this at any point to fill some of these gaps. So and you won't be even knowing when that happens. Could happen very fast. Um, Dow Jones also bouncing from this 20 moving average white line, and Russell also bouncing from this 20 moving average. On Dow Jones, gap is massive. Not going to be filled until it reaches 422 on DIA. IWM, that gap is going to be here around 224. And also, there's a gap yesterday as well. So IWM has, I think, in my opinion, more risk for the downside. Okay, so let's keep moving. Crude oil, very, very nice moves. Slowly grinding higher in front of major resistance here around 70.68. First touch of that, and then it went down. That's expected, but could try again to close above that. Okay, there is a gap here around $75. I really think it's gonna go. This rally is gonna go fill this gap. Okay, I think they're gonna go straight to fill this gap. I don't know what will happen. There are some tensions between Ukraine and Russia. Maybe there's gonna be some attack or war or missile going, and then it's gonna go and then fill this gap, in my opinion. CNQ is working out fine. This is the trade I told my subscribers I'm taking. Looking for next target around 35.53. This is a gap here, and then a bigger target is here, which is a major gap down here, and that's around 36.87. So from where we are right now, it's not going to go straight up. Probably it's going to go, first gap is 22.65% away. Second gap is around 6.72% away. So these two gaps are my targets. So we'll see how things shape up. And Google, keeping an eye on Google, not bought. I did not buy yesterday because this gap was not fully filled around 164.97. Okay. So let's see, they are putting it down pre-market 1%. And let's see if they're gonna go fill this gap. Most likely they will. And then there's some support here, 200 EMA SMA, and then if that breaks, the next gap is here, all the way down here around 159. So keep that in mind. Google, I'm just keeping it here to keep an eye on. Things are not looking too good on Google. Microsoft is also sitting on this 200 EMA. So again, Microsoft could be a good buy. Google could be a good buy. So leaving it here to monitor for now. All right. And let's keep moving. Natural gas cooling down finally after massive new all-time high. There's a gap here around $3. It could come all the way down to fill that gap, so keep that in mind. Gold is going higher above all moving averages, which is very good recovery, V-shaped recovery. And but even if it makes new high, it's going to be a divergent high in my opinion. Let's see. Silver is a little weaker, so if you want to trade, maybe silver is a better entry. Let's see how this thing shapes up. Copper is making a low here. Sugar is also just flagging. Wheat needs to close above this, all this moving average 566 to be bullish again. Corn is also above all moving average, so it's holding nicely. Dollar is very, very bullish. Wow. Dollar is trying its best to go above, and this does look like a breakout candle. It's a new high compared to previous resistance. Let's see if it can close this candle above that. And when that happens, I'm going to turn this to support. It's going to be a green thing, green support. So let's see. It made a new attempt to go above this. So that's a very bullish. Dollar is looking very bullish, guys, here. Let's keep moving. What else is here? Is there anything interesting? All these NVDA after earnings just holding. Nothing major. Apple is also consolidating. Just all these were like flat yesterday mostly. Meta, Amazon was down for some reason yesterday. There's a big earnings gap, so they could bring it down all the way down, but it's up pre-market, so we'll see how things come up. Uh, MicroStrategy, again, I released a video. Looks like a blow off top, guys. Be very careful if you're on this. Usually blow off top ends after a dump, lower high, and then keep going lower. Look at all these gaps, guys. So be very careful in this market. Crypto is not an easy one. Wix down 1.4%, but keep an eye on this. There's still gap here around 20 bucks. They will fill at some point. Also, there's a downwards gap, so let's see where we end up. A bad S&P 500 will fill this gap. A good one will fill bottom gap. Okay, guys, if you're still here, hit the like button on your way out, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.